Welcome everybody. You are at the Silver Queen and Bel Air Coins in Largo, Florida at our actual brick and mortar store. I'm Chris Arbutine, one of the owners in a family business. We've been doing business since 1972, pretty much in the same location. You'll hear noises, phones, but that's because something's really happening here because we are a real business with real people. Today we're going to talk about frequently asked questions, and I'm going to try to do my best to answer them as well as possible. Of course, we can't fit everything in, but we'll get more to that, and let's get started. Let's talk about getting your coins professionally graded. We talk a lot in these videos about, well, if you have a really valuable coin, you need to get it, graded by a certain grading service, authenticated, make sure it's real. We do that for protection. So basically what you need to do is, if you want to get something valuable graded, you need to bring it into a coin dealer that has an account set up with these grading services. It takes some trust because you're going to have to leave your coin. They're going to have to take it in, write it up. They charge you roughly $30 to $50 to have a coin graded for the regular service. If you want to get an expedited service, $150. The grading services that we recommend are PCGS, which is the Professional Coin Grading Service in California, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation in Sarasota, Florida. That's NGC. Those are basically your top two grading services. We call them Tier 1 grading services. They're known by dealers all over the country, meaning if you have a coin graded by either of those two companies, in Florida, you can call up somebody in California and say, I've got a coin graded by these grading services, it's this, this, and this. They'll be able to make you an offer pretty much sight unseen, maybe not exact, but to be able to come very close because they trust those services on grade and on authenticity. Now, there's several other grading services below that. There's ANACS, which is the American Numismatic Association in Colorado Springs. There's SEGs, there's other grading services that are Tier 2s, still very good companies. Just don't quite have the clout yet that PCGS and NGC have. Still, we trust those services, but the coins don't go for as much. But then there's third tier grading services, which is Bob's Rare Coin Grading Services. Well, who's Bob? So Bob's out there trying to grade coins and charging 10 bucks a piece and putting them in holders. Well, guess what? It means nothing. Because basically when a coin dealer looks at that, they're not even going to look at that plastic. They're going to look through it and grade it strictly on the coin. And also, just like the other two grading services, PCGS and NGC, those can be traded sight unseen. The other grading services really can't. So a Tier 1 is the only one that can be graded sight unseen. That's why we always recommend when you have a rare coin, those are the two companies that we would send them out for you to. The cost, again, $30 to $150. Well worth it in the end. But again, you will have to leave your coin because we have to send it out to the grading services. We have accounts set up. They don't generally like to deal with the public because they want to basically have outlets to deal with, and they don't want to have the 5,000 contacts. They want to have, like we're dealer 421. I think there's probably more than that. There's probably several thousand dealers for each company right now. But feel free, again, if you want to get it in, come in. And what we'll do, a lot of times, we'll take a look at the coin for you, give you our opinion. We don't want you to spend $100 on a coin that ends up being worth $20, or we don't want you to spend $100 on a coin that ends up being counterfeit. We're going to give you our honest opinion and tell you what we really think, as should any coin dealer. So keep that in mind. Ask your coin dealers, is this worth sending out? If so, how much? Get that all taken care of. Make them take it in on a consignment form. And then you should get it back within any time of 3 weeks to 6 weeks. So that's maybe the average turnaround time. So I hope this information helped. Thanks for tuning in. It's been a lot of information I gave you. Let's try to make this more active in the future. I'd really like to hear some of your questions, emails, concerns. Send me anything because you never know. One of those might end up being another YouTube video for us. Again, of course, I always tell people, yes, we want to buy your items. That's what we're here for. But we will provide information and try to get to a price free of charge. If you are going to try to find out what something's worth, please feel free to email, text, or call me directly. But please remember, anything that you can include and everything you can include will help me quickly determine what you have. So everything that you can do is best: measurements, maker's marks, condition of the item, any damage that might be on it, history of it, any kind of appraisal or information you may have that you think could be useful, please send that, because that will help me. And again, our information is always free. We are looking forward to buying. But remember, it's always great to have you, and thanks for tuning in.